Were you a little fired up after what happened last year in the Arkansas game to go out and show them what you could do?
Man, I think I did have a little bit more motivation going into this game. I just knew I was really just thankful for the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, being able to get back into that stadium again after what had happened. I really just wanted to put on, you know what I'm saying, just do it all, praise God for everything that he's done for me, getting me back to where I am right now, and just wanted to go out and ball out.
We'll go front row on the right side to Travis and then Cole.
With Alabama coming in, y'all no losses in the SEC, and everyone else in the West has a loss. Does it feel a little bit more wide open this year that it's kind of anyone's for the taking?
Man, yeah. I mean, we can definitely look at it like that, but right now I'm not even looking at it like that for real. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to keep my head on to what I need to do, making sure my grades are straight so I can be able to play in the end, making sure that the team is straight so we had the right mindset going into each week, and really just focusing on each week, not really worrying about the end result. Just let's win this week and continue on.
We'll stay on the front row on the right side to Cole.
Ainias, what do you remember about 2021 in that game?
I remember that I was locked in the whole game. I was locked in. I was ready for any moment. I knew we was up. I knew coming out of halftime that, you know, Nick has a history of making real good adjustments going into halftime, coming out. They did what they had to do. They took a little bit of momentum from us, and then I just remember getting it right back off the kick return from A-Chain, and then it was wraps after that.
I loved what you just said about how in this week it's all about your grades, it's all about staying the course, it's all about being prepared for this game. And it's Alabama. Naturally, it's one of the biggest opponents that you guys will face this year. How do you carry that same message over to the younger players who maybe are for the first time experiencing what you experienced in 2021?
That's a great question. My whole thing is let's look back at the weeks that we did have success. You know what I'm saying? We everybody, for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, we barely had anybody on the list for misses this past week. Everybody was making their times to lifts. It really all starts today, you know what I'm saying? Just doing every little thing right, making sure that you are doing your best to make sure that you doing the things necessary to be able to get the things that you need done. And that's really all it is, you know what I'm saying? Don't press. Don't make this bigger than what it is. It's just another SEC game, just like the last two that we just played. So let's just go ahead and go out, do what we need to do, and it starts today.
We'll go back behind the lights in the middle to Tyler.
Yeah, Ainias, does your experience playing against Alabama and, you know, seeing the win, 2 years ago and the way you guys played them close last year, does that kind of give you more confidence that you guys are on the same level and you can do this?
Yes, I believe that definitely gives me a little bit more confidence. Knowing Nick, I know exactly what it is that he wants from his defense, from his offense, and just being able to, I guess you could say, go into the game plan and know those things, then you can be able to, then you can go in just, like Coach sometimes says, knowing the answers before the test, you know what I'm saying? But it all starts today in practice, just making sure that we stay on point with our details, execution, and really just making sure that we just do every little thing right.
And then your performance against Arkansas, was it kind of one of those things, it was just a matter of time but before you got loose on one of those?
Man, I guess for sure. It's definitely one of those. I always, pray for the opportunity. God gave me another opportunity to go ahead and showcase what I can do, and I'm just grateful.
And you were named Special Teams Player of the Week, because of that performance. Just what does that mean to you?
Man, it means everything. I'm going to just keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting started. But I wish I could have had another one, but we ain't going to talk about that.
We'll stay back behind the lights on the right side to Ben.
Ainias, you mentioned, I know that game in 2021, Alabama kind of had that, tightened it up a little bit, but it just seems like any time you play a team of, that type of caliber, this type of caliber, you guys as well, even if it's not going their way for a little bit, portions of the game, it seems like there's always going to be a period where they're at least kind of turning the, pardon the pun, tide a little bit and kind of even things out. How do y'all try to, I guess, prepare for that and not be naive to, it's not just going to be smooth sailing if y'all do get on a run at any given point, but also not, I guess, lose confidence in those moments as well?
Right. in moments like that, I mean, it's really kind of hard to necessarily prepare. You know what I'm saying? You really don't want to prepare for losing momentum or something like that. You always want to try to keep the momentum. So I guess the best thing to say is really you just try to limit the mistakes. You know what I'm saying? The person with the least amount of mistakes, especially on themselves, is most likely going to win. You know what I'm saying? So if we try to limit those mistakes in practice right now, making sure that we keep our eyes on our keys, and stay disciplined, and making sure that we're doing, like I say, every little thing right. You know what I'm saying? Every little thing is going to count, especially against this week. And, I mean, it's not even so much that we're looking at BAMA as, it's BAMA. It's just another week to us. You know what I'm saying? So now, since we're getting deeper into the season, this is the way I like to look at it. Since we're getting deeper into the season, a lot of people starting to get tired. Bodies are starting to get worn down and whatnot. So all of that off-season training that you did is low-key starting to fade away. So now you got to go a little bit extra harder in the weight room, a little bit of extra outside of the weight room, outside of practice, just doing, a little extra. And that's really what it's going to take.
We'll go third row on the left side to Carter.
Earthquake.
I don't know what it is.
No, for sure.
Ainias, Jimbo's, I guess we've seen it on the Pulse and some videos, him talking about changing the narrative and how important that's been for you guys this season. I'm wondering what narrative you want this team to set this year, and then how can beating Alabama help you guys accomplish that?
Man, I feel like personally we do have a narrative of us being like, I guess you could say, the laughingstock of the SEC. A lot of times in the past, we had a lot of expectations on our back, you know what I'm saying, and then we ended up falling short of those expectations or whatever the case was. But I feel like that's the narrative right now, you know what I'm saying, just, well, they do good against good teams or whatever, and then y'all probably know better than me, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just, I guess you could say, changing the narrative. Let's go ahead and show what we really capable of, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of letting the people talk for us, let's do the talking on the field. And I feel like if we get this dub against Bama, then we ain't going to have to say nothing.
We'll go back behind the lights on the left side to Donna.
Ainias, can you talk about your journey, just rehabbing, coming back from injury, working hard during the off season, and then being able to see all of that work pay off on the field?
It was long. It was tough. It's still going on. I'll say this, though. I was probably in, like, one of my darkest moments after the injury. You know what I'm saying? Being on the sideline, that was tough for me, especially because everybody looked at me as a leader, as a voice of the team, and I really felt like I wasn't able to voice myself because I wasn't out there with the guys. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't out there herding with them during the practices. I wasn't out there during the workouts. Like, I was always by myself, and I felt a little distant from the team just because of how much rehab I had to do. And it was a lot of rehab, you know what I'm saying? Every day, it didn't stop. Even on the weekends, I had to do something. So, I mean, now when I look back at it, I'm very thankful, you know what I'm saying? I'm very grateful for God, for everything that God had put me through. It built me a whole lot stronger. And right now, I'm looking at it like, if I didn't go through that, then I probably wouldn't be here where I am right now. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm just thankful for it, grateful, and I'm going to just keep going.
We'll go front row on the right side to Cole and then Brent.
Ainias, in the last 3 games since Miami, your defense has given up 20 points. You're on a 3-game winning streak. And as the poll came out this past week, you were unranked. And the last time you guys were unranked against Alabama, we know what happened. Do you like the fact that you're kind of maybe being a little bit disrespected heading into this game?
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of those guys in there, too, feel a little disrespected in a way, too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody in that locker room plays with a chip on their shoulder, whether they're the starters, whether they're the backups, whether they're the walk-ons. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's what it's going to take. Coach always, or every team always talks about that you're just as good as your weakest link. And I guess you can say our weakest link is code. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all code. We all got talent. We all have great abilities that God has blessed us with. So, I mean, with us being unranked or whatever, I mean, like, yeah, it's cool. We've been getting brought up in the discussions on TV and whatnot, but at the same time, like, go ahead, keep talking bad about us. That's just gonna make us go harder. So
We'll stay on that front row on the right side to Brem.
The way your brother left Alabama, does this game mean more to you? Is it more personal because of that?
I feel like this game is always more personal every time I play him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just what had happened. That's in the past now. Not able to control it, but every time I do look on that sideline, I do think about, you know what I'm saying, what had happened. And yeah, I definitely be thinking about it. So, I mean, it's more personal for sure. It's more personal for sure. But like I was saying earlier, I kind of know what Nick Saban expects, you know what I'm saying, from his offense, from his defensive side. And I'm not trying to be, like, cocky or nothing, but, like, his class, my brother's class, they was nice, you know what I'm saying? They was real nice. And no disrespect to Alabama right now, but them boys was always 1, 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was no question. And right now, with the rankings, I guess you could say that I ain't even gonna say that. But, like, at the same time, I know what Nick Saban wants, and we gonna mess that up, you know what I'm saying? So if them boys don't got no momentum for real, we're gonna have to take that away immediately. So, for sure.
We'll go second row on the left side to Alex.
You know, the last time they played here, you had the game-tying touchdown in the fourth quarter. Where's that rank on your favorite memories and just what you remember from that play?
Man, that was a great play. We was down in the red zone. That's up there for sure. That's up there most definitely. It was a few plays that I wish I can get back, but we ain't gonna talk about that either. But I mean, that play is definitely up there. I know they probably gonna be thinking about that or whatever, watching it on film and whatnot. We just trying to play football. You know what I'm saying? Let's have fun. Let's play ball, and let's do it. So.